Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut and I'm joined by our team in Paris. S. Karan is joining us right now and soon others will join us as well. A new day arises for Team India and with it comes new opportunities. It's a well packed day for India starting with skeet qualification. Then, of course, the much awaited India versus Great Britain hockey match, followed by our boxer Lavlina taking on China's Li Can and Lakshya Sen playing his semi final against Victor Axelsen. We'll also see some athletics action as well with Parul Chaudhary. Eskaran is joining us, starting with the Lakshya Sen because that is the most talked about match today. Of course, with hockey as well, but Victor Axelsen versus Lakshya Sen. How are you looking at this match, Kanan?
I think it's going to be one of the most watched. Today is a Sunday, and I think that match is going to be really high traction, going to be watched by everyone. It is not only the badminton fraternity which will watch Lakshya. I think everyone will watch it because this is one result which we really were not expecting. We were looking at what Satwik and Chirag would do. We were looking at Sindhu, and in comparison, if you look at Lakshya, he was flying below the radar. And again, if you had looked at Lakshya, say before in January, you were hoping that he would, be not so good in comparison to Pranay, but Pranay had some issues. So Lakshya peaking and ensuring that he can push it to this height is really brilliant. And as regards today's match, there is zero pressure on Lakshya Sen. He has to play his best badminton, and I think he is ready now for all these conflicts, whatever comes. Even a hostile crowd, because at many venues I have been, even yesterday, Manu's final, the crowds are very hostile, shouting and all that. In fact, I never knew that French fans can be loutish misbehavior. So it's okay. So he will take anything. He will do his best, and well, if he loses this match, then he may again go or get a shot for one more glory. And nothing is lost for him. I think it is a win-win situation for in every possible way. And people are taking out, past records head to head. I don't believe in head to head. You have to look at what he is doing in Paris 2024 right now and take it forward from there. Thank you.
We'll get back to talking about Lakshya Sen and the hockey match that we're going to see today. But looking back on yesterday, a lot of Indian fans are heartbroken about Nishant Dev losing out. And Bori, a lot of people are saying that there was some partiality, that the judges were against the Indian boxer. But what do you have to say about this? I want to know everyone's opinion on this, actually.
See, I was there. I was there, and I have to actually sort of take you to the previous bout. Give me 1 minute on this. The previous bout was between a Jordanian boxer and a British boxer. Rohan and I kept looking at each other in complete shock. The Jordanian boxer was completely dominant in all the three rounds. All the three rounds. First round went to the British boxer 4-1, or rather 5-0. The next round was split 3-2, and then eventually it was given to the British boxer 4-1. We were completely taken aback, saying, how on earth? I mean, with the naked eye, the British boxer got one punch after another. He's the one supposed to play Nishant and the winner. Now, obviously, the Mexican in the semi-final. He looked totally underwhelming. He was given the bout. Nishant, first round 4-1, acceptable. Second round, how do you not give it to Nishant? Third round, acceptable that Nishant lost a bit of stamina. Nishant looked a bit tired. So if you really ask me to be fair, third round was against Nishant. Acceptable. But the first two rounds, 4-1, second round went against Nishant 3-2. How did the second round go against Nishant is completely baffling. And by the way, I don't want to level allegations here, but yesterday night, and that's why I got a bit late, Gargi, and I was telling you that I was doing my research till very late at night, and I have to tell you this. Just 1 second, and here it is. The judges who were there last night, of them, there is one chap called Emil from Azerbaijan, and by the way, this guy has match fixing charges before him. In the past there have been charges of match fixing against him, and that's the point. There is no credibility in the sport. There is tremendous amount of subjectivity. In an age of technology, nothing has been done to ensure fairness. Nothing. Nothing. How the hell do you allow the naked eye to decide somebody's future? After the bout, Nishant Dev was distraught. He had almost, I mean, his coach. So you can understand from television, you don't see everything what you see in the stadium, right? So the moment the bout ended, Nishant reacted in a manner as if he had won. His coaches, his coaches were in euphoria. They were just with their hands up and celebrating. So they had thought it was a done deal because this guy was leading. Nishant was leading after 2 rounds. Then when the scores come up, all the judges had given 10-9 to the Mexican boxer in the third round. Nishant, he couldn't believe it. Even the Mexican was surprised. He was literally surprised, and then all the thing happened. Then Nishant was in no mood. We were all there in the mix zone. There were quite a few Indian journalists from us. Trisha was with me, Rohan was with me, and I think Mihir was from Indian Express, Alok from Times of India, and a couple of others were also there. Nishant did not wait there and just walked past. He was not even in his senses. He did not want to speak. Now, my point is, how do you leave a sport as subjective as this? Nobody really knows. I mean, in the naked eye, you're saying Kannan looks positive this morning. Kannan looks behind Kannan. I can see a painting. Now, if somebody comes and says, no, no, that is not a painting, that's a wall. How the hell do you decide that? Yeah, I mean, boxing, Nishant is landing punches. This guy is doing this. First 2 rounds belong to him. All of a sudden, 5 judges, 1 point got him. Now think, Nishant's career has been dented. Yes, the guy is young. People will say he'll come back. Who knows he will be there for the next Olympics? Can anybody give me a guarantee? Who knows what has happened with him mentally last night? Can anybody give us a guarantee? Who knows what has happened with him if he'll have a nervous breakdown or a collapse? Does anybody even know? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Ask Kannan. He was there in London, I think. Kannan, आपको याद है that Vikas Singh वाला bout? रात को, after we had celebrated the Vikas Singh bout, the bout was given to the American. After the decision had been given, the US protested, and without even anything, the bout was given to the American. How do you do these things, boss? How do you do the boxing? The the fate of the sport is in doubt. Is in doubt for LA, and one of the reasons is this kind of nonsense.
1 minute. I'll quickly, you were talking about 2012. I remember that. But I will go back to even Sydney. There was one Indian boxer who was so distraught. He fled the country. I'm sorry, I mean, immediately I'm not getting the name. That boxer fled the country. Nobody knew what had happened to him. I tried speaking to a lot of people. That was, at that time, internet was nascent. It was not like today where you can do research. Nobody knows where he went. He never returned to India. He was like gone. And, the coach, Sandhu, was there. He didn't know what was happening. Nobody was providing answers. It's very, very difficult when you face a situation like this, where you're lost, you run away. It's not like that he deserted the country or something, but he just went away. He didn't know what to do. So this is it. And we are talking about boxing survival. Do not forget the event itself being hosted at the Olympics in boxing is not the regular federation. This is something which the IOC has itself put in place. So now IOC is reaching out to all the countries. You may have, for example, even BFI aligning with another world body so that the sport can survive. We have seen, again, certain sport like weightlifting has been constantly fighting to stay in contention because of doping charges. Constantly in fight, for doping. They said this sport is full of doping. So in the process of reinvention and staying relevant, boxing faces a massive challenge of credibility. Nothing to do with the boxers. As it is, you look at the other side. IOC is backing that Algerian boxer. Obviously there is a controversy. Man or not a man, whether it is legitimate, not legitimate, whether she should have been in, world championship, getting thrown out, whether that Algerian should be here, what is happening. So every bit of drama surrounding boxing is making it very, very, I don't want to use the word shady, it is making it ugly. It's not looking clean at all. And if you don't have a sport which is clean, when I mean clean, people think it is doping. No, clean as in image, clean as in the results, the reviews. You can go back and see split frames. Like athletics, you see a split frame. Shooting, then and there you see cards coming out. Even anyone who wants to tap into the software I'm seeing here coaches how they tap. Like Jaspal is in real time checking. He's got his own timer. Here you don't know. Here it is whoever is awarding the points on what basis. Is there a replay of what he saw? Is there a they want to give it so fast? No, I don't think from the time of when you had one Anwar from Pakistan in boxing.
You
It's
know,
that.
the what Kannan just said, take one word from there. In football, you have VAR. I can challenge it. I can go and check. I have VAR. Even day before yesterday, the France versus Argentina match. There was a second goal from France. The Argentines challenged it, VAR. It was reversed because the referee was forced. I can take in hockey, you have a referral. Why do you have a referral? Because I can challenge the referee's decision. I'll go up. It's a fast-paced, subjective sport, right? The referee is seeing their naked eye. There are two people there. They are giving a call. But because of the referral, India got the penalty stroke the other day against Australia. Think about it. India got the penalty stroke. Why? Because it was a correct referral. They went up and checked. Why can't you have a damn it referral in boxing? If there is something like this, I challenge this round. Let the judges have a review of that. In archery, you have a coach who takes out the bows and then checks that point. You have often seen that an asterisk is put against a point. Why? The asterisk is put because I want to know some English. Absolutely not. Because the asterisk is put so that the coach, if Kanan and I are coaches, or if Abhijit and Kanan are coaches from the two respective opponents, they can go and check if the thing is at the line or where is it. So it is no longer the human naked eye that is going to give a call. You are talking about a man's career, a woman's career, a country's fate, a future, an Olympic medal. Nishant Dev was this much away from an Olympic medal. This much away. And he was denied an Olympic medal by third round. I'm continuously telling you, third round was Mexican. Nishan got a little tired. It was okay. But the first two, what do you mean? What do you mean? How on earth? The 4-1, second round 3-2, game done, sealed. If you are leading in the second round also, there is no way that Mexican guy would be able to come back. No way. And and when it happened, I mean, I was totally taken aback. I met Gagan Naran. I want to put this on record. I met the chef de mission. He was upset, but obviously as chef de mission, he can't say more than his share. So he kept quiet. We had a chat. We had a 2-3 minute chat. He was asking me, "Tumko kya laga tha?" I was actually explaining to him. He's coming to hockey, so we were chatting about that as well too. So India was taken aback. The Indian camp, and there was solid support for India. Solid support in the stadium. They were going Jitega by Jitega, India, India, Nishant, 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 Nishant. Even during the announcement, it was very shocking. Take every sport, shooting, archery, uh, every sport, football, there are referrals, there are checks and balances in place, except for boxing, where the International Boxing Association and the IOC are at loggerheads. They have no clue what they are doing. But the IBA is banned. And because of this stupidity of this whole IBA issue, that is why Nikhat Zareen got the draw she did. Otherwise, this draw can't happen. Can't happen. You are Lovelina Borgohain got the draw she did. You mean to say that Lee Kian and Lovelina Borgohain will play in the quarterfinals? Which Dumbo is telling you this? Nikhat Zareen is going to get Wu Yu in the round of 16. This is absolute utter nonsense. And you know why? Because the IBA tournaments have not been taken into account. The IOC is only going with the Pan Am, the European Games, the Asian Games, because which they have conducted. As a result, the seedings have gone completely out of the window. You are being unfair to athletes. This is not the sport that you want to see.
I think boxing is itself is doubt for the LA 2028. What has happened this year has been really, it has raising the sparks every time the boxing is there. I don't think there was any past Sydney Olympics. Always there has been doubt. We have this time, Iman Khalifi, the Algerian boxer thing, because IOC and these things are mixed up. Then the decision, even Bureda, we were at the Tokyo Olympics. The Mary Kom bout even was in doubt. You know, Mary Kom
She,
actually
she,
thought
she
she
did
has
not even
won the
know.
match, and when she
Exactly.
when, when she went back to the inside
I
her,
told her. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
told her, remember?
yeah, I remember. I
Mary
see.
came out. Mary came out, and that was a drama because it was COVID. So I somehow got Mary out for the
Yeah,
interviews. And why? Because our understanding was this is the end of Mary's career.
Correct.
that she's lost the Olympics.
That was
So
her last
it is
Olympic.
very important that we celebrate Mary. So I actually got Mary out. And when she was out, she's smiling this, that. So I said, so is this the end of your career? I mean, she said, what are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean? And I said, you've lost the bout. And she started crying. She leant on my shoulder and she had no idea that she had lost the bout.
I mean, this is so. I mean, boxing seriously. I won't be surprised if boxing won't be part of the LA 2028 Olympics. I mean, and seriously, as Karan also said at the Sydney Olympics, I'm still searching the boxer name. He has been vanished, and this is the stories I've been hearing since I've been a teenager. And when you see all those things happening, it really raises doubts on the boxing. And I really feel bad, not only as a fan, as a journalist, but for a boxer, which they have given so much of their years of life to boxing. And imagine if Lavlina, Nikhat, Nishan Dev comes to know that boxing won't be there at LA 28. They have given so much of their years to boxing. I mean, this always has been. Imagine, in badminton we know how clearly we can get the points. In shooting we know. In hockey there's a goal. But why there's not a proper system in boxing where a simple person can understand? And this is a human error. This is a human error. You can't have a sports like this. You need to have, as Boreda said, you need to have a referral kind of thing. And I again, I don't know. I was not there at the boxing yesterday, but why didn't the India protest after that? I don't know whether India has taken a stand to protest or not. I think in the Indian
Yeah.
boxing has to take that, that they want to protest, like USA did in London 2012. I think India had to protest that. We don't know what exactly. I don't know the process, but I hope we have protested at this time.
Yeah, that was my question. If there's been some sort of protest by the Indian side, but
Not that I
there was
know.
some.
Not, I don't think
Okay.
so. Not that I know. I met Ajay Singh the other day. Ajay was here. I know Ajay well. I'll give him a call. Too early to give him a call. It's what 7:47 here in Paris. But I will speak to Ajay Singh in maybe half an hour and figure out exactly what they've done. But I met him the other day and had a chat with him. I don't think India has protested, at least not from last night. I don't think, because I met Gagan. Had he was there any reason to? Was there any plan to protest? He would have told me. So Gagan Narang did not say anything to that effect. I have not spoken to Ajay after last night, so I will, because he was the CDM there. Sorry, the deputy in charge there in the boxing this thing.
Yeah.
But you know, Indian boxing. So let's put it this way: even India, till the longest time, we were actually, and Kanan will tell you this, we were siding with the IBA. So we were in a spot there as well. It was a call, and the IBA, and why is this call? The call is because the IBA was headed by the Russians, and that is why they were banned. So, and then the whole issue. So India was seen to be siding with the Russians, and that's why when you got the World Cup in India last year, after that, if you see, we took a turnaround and we actually sort of moved away from who we were backing in the whole IBA. So I don't know how much clout India wields. I actually don't know. Had it been the IBA that was conducting the boxing, India would have wielded a lot of clout. But under these circumstances, with the IOC conducting boxing and with India's past of having backed the IBA, I don't know how much clout India wields at all in this point. Kanan, do you know more on this one?
No, I really don't know. I just wanted to go to one more point. I think that is an important point. Last when I met, I'm digressing from last when I met Manu Bhaker yesterday, after I got those autographs for you. After that, no communication. There were so many interviews yesterday there. She was whisked away. Now she's where she's going to do nothing. My last information from her coach was they are flying back to India on 6th. But late last night, there was a dinner. I didn't go for the dinner. Obviously, I'm sitting in chat room, hosted by the ambassador. The decision has been made to name Manu as the flag bearer for the closing ceremony. This is what I'm hearing. I don't have any confirmation, but it is all over. Very much possible. Whether she will go back to India and come, I don't know, or she's going to be kept in Paris or in the village. but this is the only news I have been hearing from morning. I'm ready to believe it because now she can't decide when she will go back to India, and she can't decide. She can't say no to closing ceremony. I know she wants to eat Indian food and all that, but I think it's important that if she's going to be named flag bearer for closing ceremony, it's going to be a fantastic honor.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just trying to catch up on that, but it's impossible to communicate with her now. She herself chose to keep the phone off, and I think this is great news that
She
someone who's
deserves that.
won. Sorry,
She deserves that. Manu deserves to be the flag bearer at
I'm
this
not
moment.
talking about deserve or not deserve. I'm talking about a news point, which I think is important when we are discussing that Manu is going to be the flag bearer. It has come. There is no official statement, but it's as good as taken. And I had already told Jaspal that after these medals, don't think that you guys are going to fly back home so easily. They will want you to be here because you're the face of Indian sport right now. And this is about gender equality in this Olympics. So this is very big news. And I think since she has done so well, since she represents the entire, I can't hear.
Yeah, yeah,
I
Sorry, I
mean,
can't.
let's see what Karan just said. There are a couple of these things doing the rounds, but as
yeah.
Karan
Yes,
said, that's what he has heard. So let's
Yes.
keep it at that. Let's keep it at that because the moment of Karan gets an official confirmation, and we'll ask
Yeah.
the confirmation today.
Because
We'll
the
ask the
confirmation,
confirmation.
the message has to come from the IOA. You cannot go by these. So, but right
exactly.
now she herself does not know, and I can't reach her. It's
No,
like
we'll
that.
we'll we'll get it from the IOA. We'll speak out.
Yeah,
Either
it will
Karan
come
or
from
me
the
will
IOA.
speak
If it
to.
comes, that is, I just thought it is important because we are talking about trending news. So our show is also trending news. I mean, if she can't get back home for the next 6 7 days, that's it. She will have to wait for one more week and then fly out. That is it. So she's become a superstar. Nothing is in her hands till she, is in Paris. And whether it
Because
is whether it is
the
chapeau.
closing ceremony is on the 11th.
Yep.
Yeah, closing ceremony is on 11th, means 1 week, and it makes no
Yeah,
sense to go fly out. Of course, her visa is valid. Go meet people and come back. No, that's not to be done. It has happened in the past for an Asian Games. Let me tell you, in 2006, Jaspal Rana had won a lot of medals. He was almost declared the MVP, most valuable player. Then he lost out to someone. He came back, met people, and they said, "No, you please come back for the closing ceremony." He went back to Doha. Even that has happened. I'm just telling you, but I don't think India will do that, make her go through so much of jet lag. So if this announcement, obviously, IOA
I,
will
I
want
I
to.
think I think it won't happen because from what I know, there is going to be something at India House. There is a JSW reception. There are multiple these things that at India House. Reliance Foundation will do something. So I think they will keep her here or they will request her to get here with these events. I don't think she'll go back because if she has to fly back and then come in, 3 days are gone. And Paris Doha difference because of Doha it's 2 hours. Paris is not that.
No, she's not
Paris
going via
flight.
Doha. No, they don't have Doha flights. They are on Air
No,
India
no, no.
flights.
What I'm saying is, even if you direct fly from there from here, you'll go to Delhi. You got to spend a day with the PM. You got to do the political class. You got to meet the sports minister. All of that stuff
Okay, it's
is
confirmed. It's yes. It's
it is a
confirmed.
yes.
She's the flag bearer.
So that's it.
and the
It is good to see
her male counterpart.
Manu at
Yeah,
the other venues as well supporting the athletes. I'm sure she would be loving to
Yeah,
watch other
possible.
sports
I'm
as well.
sure she'll come for Neeraj or can come for
Yeah.
Neeraj.
And yep.
The only news
Uh,
I have is she is the flag bearer. Please don't ask me my source. That's all.
So
I
that's
just
great.
like to
That's
add, I
great.
found the name of the boxer who this,
Bhushan, no?
I mean, Guru Charan Singh was the
Gurcharan
boxer.
Singh.
Bhushan.
Guru Charan
Yeah,
Singh.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
lost to the Ukrainian boxer in the quarterfinal of men's heavyweight 81 kilogram category.
I
Yep.
think somebody
At
should
the moment,
tweet.
he is currently settled in Philadelphia, US. That's what I found.
Yes. Well, Gloria, when talking about Lavlina, because we're going to see a Lavlina match today against the Chinese boxer, a lot of people are commenting, and I'd like to bring this point up that a lot of people are saying it's Lavlina versus the judges, not the player. I mean, this is the effect that the Nishan Dev match has had.
And isn't it अभी ये ट्वीट कर दो ये फ्लैग बेरर वाला पॉइंट the what
I'm
Kanan
doing
just
it right.
broke. Isn't it unfair that you are actually contemplating a bout where you're talking about the judges. By the way, this Chinese girl is enormous pedigree. Li Yan is the world number one. She's the defending Asian Games gold. I mean, she's the gold medalist there. Lavlina has lost to her in the past. So the point is, the fact of the matter is, this bout, Lavlina goes in as the underdog and a serious underdog. Having said that, having said that, the the whole focus has moved. Now, if Lavlina justifiably loses also, people will have doubts. You have created a mess in the sport, Gargi. That is the problem. You have messed up the sport. The sport stands on two things. Sport stands on ethics and sport stands on fair play. Both have been messed up. Now, the whole belief in that sport has been shaken. After Nishant, more so. More so. So, that is my doubt. But again, if India doesn't have a good day today, India doesn't have a good day today, then what are we staring at? We've got three. We've had a weird Olympics. We had a horrible Thursday, a great Friday, a bad Saturday. Previously also, it's been one good, one bad, one good, one bad. That's how this Olympics has gone. Today with hockey, with Lavlina, and of course with Lakshya, you have three cracks. If you lose all three, then where is your medal count headed? Is it seven? Is it six? Is it eight? Where are we going? It could just be decided today. So the stakes are at their highest. India versus Great Britain. The stakes are at their highest. India versus Denmark. Lakshya Sen versus Victor. Stakes are at their highest. So today, in the next 6 hours, if you are an Indian sports fan, just pray, boss. Support your athletes because you want at least two of those results to go in your favor. Two of those results, the hockey result, the boxing result, and the baddie result. At least two of those results to go in her favor.
Uh, Yesterday, I had a good chat with Lakshya's parents,
Yeah, you
and I
met them.
asked Lakshya's father. I mean, the video will be out soon, but I asked him, what are your thoughts on tomorrow's match against Victor Axelsen? He said, विक्टर पे प्रेशर रहेगा बिकॉज विक्टर ने उसको 7 बार एक हराया है बहुत बड़ा प्लेयर है वो आई मीन I think probably after Lean that I would say is the greatest of all time in badminton. So the pressure will be on Victor Axelsen. यही पे लक्ष्य मैच निकाल सकता है. And he said लक्ष्य की खास बात क्या है वो अगर पीछे भी है ना अगर let's say 18-12 का सिचुएशन है so he kind of like पहले ऐसा होता कि वो थोड़ा रोता था बट वो फिर वो फाइट करता था और अभी वो रोना बंद कर दिया लेकिन अभी वो बहुत अच्छा फाइट करता है. So I think one thing about Lakshya is like you'll always see 100 and I would say 200% in his match. You see how he dives. You see how he dives. He'll give his heart out, and today will be the same. And fingers crossed for today's. I mean, both are great player. Victor Axelsen, of course, favorite, but you can't at this in semi-finals. You can't say Lakshya can't defeat Victor Axelsen. I think all of us should be behind, and our prayer should be behind us because if Lakshya wins today, history will be made.
Yeah. Sports enthusiasts is asking Boryada, please discuss the chance of Neeraj Chopra. I'm worried he has never touched 90. We will have to be lucky this time for the gold. Abhijit, yeah.
Why do you need 90?
Why do you need 90 यार? Why do you need 90? वो अगर 85 80 पे भी मार रहा है ना गोल्ड मेडल पोडियम ठीक है ना क्या पड़ी है 90 की मान लो 90 भी आ गया नेक्स्ट टाइम यू विल से 95 ले आओ 100 ले आओ why
नहीं,
do you
अगर
need 90?
उल्टा देखो ना 90 हो गया जाकूब
हाँ.
व्लाडिच ने 91 मार दिया तो क्या करोगे मैक्स ने 91 मार दिया तो क्या करोगे
हाँ
तो फिर बोलोगे 90 से क्या करोगे 90 से कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो
हाँ
90 से आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो it is about winning
Yeah.
the medal. Neeraj has so far in World Championship, in Diamond League, in Olympic Games, Neeraj has so far managed to do it for you. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. From what
And-
I know, Neeraj is in good space. Javelin training has been done. He's doing his physical. He's doing his physical training and he's keeping in good shape. I absolutely don't think there is anything to worry about Neeraj Chopra. Yes, Kanan.
Okay, I'm giving you breaking news. Manu Bhaker will go back to India on 6th. She will reach India on 7th. She will come back to Paris on 10th. This is what I've heard.
Okay, so then that is that. If that is the case, break it. And uh, I'm sure if that is the case, then there will be a reception. Plus, there will be airport craze. There will be a meeting with the PMO and all that. Gargi, you get ready to cover those because Manu will be the big superstar in India. But track that. I mean, just break that. That's the development that we are getting from
This is
Paris.
breaking,
That
please.
Kanan
This is
just
as
broke.
good as we've broken it. It's breaking. So they're going back on
No,
6th.
tweet it out also. Tweet it out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just broken it on the show, but tweet it out saying that this is what is being contemplated, or this is the plan for Manu. Not contemplated. This is confirmed news that this is the plan for Manu. I just
I
want,
think we should.
more than closing ceremony and all that. Believe me, this is not in my radar. Manu Bhaker is done. Manu Bhaker is a legend. I don't care for closing ceremony. Who cares? Nobody does. You go and ask an Olympic athlete. Done. All I care for now is what happens today in hockey. It's done. This whole thing about getting Manu to Delhi, getting the things done at her expense, then getting her back, all this is very Indian. All this is very Indian. And I've got nothing to do with this nonsense. There is no need. This is because we are starved of champions, and this is the thing that puts pressure on our athletes. आज मनु जीत गया इसलिए मनु को लेके करो, कल मनु हार जाएगी दूसरा टूर्नामेंट फिर मनु को गाली दो. This is the typical Indian tradition that problematizes Indian sport. Aj, let's focus on hockey, let us focus on badminton, and let us focus on boxing, and somehow God's grace. Otherwise, we can't touch Tokyo, and that will be a big bummer. If we don't touch the seven, the Olympic sport momentum that IOA has tried to bring, government has tried to bring, top scheme has tried to bring, money has been poured in, all of these things will start to lose a bit of momentum. So, where are your medals coming from? Neeraj, yes, possible. Mira, yes, possible. Antim, yes, possible. These are the three that you are counting on 7th, 8th, and 9th. What are you counting on today is hockey, is Lakshya Sen, and Baddy. Sorry, boxing. Plus an outside chance in Vijay Veer, and we are not even talking about Anish and Vijay Veer. I want to ask Kannan that. I think he was in the training zone. What are your thoughts on Vijay Veer and Anish? Are you giving them a chance?
I met them yesterday during training in the day. It's going to be a very tough field. Rapid fire is world class. They're going to try their best, and the body language is good. Point number one. Point number two, which I had mentioned earlier also, both of them are saying what Manu has done, what Sarabjot has done, what Swapnil has done is going to give them, that confidence to go out today in the morning precision, then dueling in the qualifying phase. And there is also a chance in skeet that Maheshwari Chauhan, what she does today on the second day. But fingers crossed.
Where is she placed now? Where is she placed now? I did not follow Skeet.
No, she is still there in the top eight after the first day, 3 series, but it's still a long way to go because anything can happen, and in skeet scores can go cut off even at 124. Yesterday we saw a shootout for Manu for the bronze, so that can happen, but we'll have to just wait. Rapid fire is a very, very exciting sport, but at the same time, rapid fire also, you're talking about boxing being removed. Rapid fire may not be in the program for LA 2028. That is also what I'm hearing.
Is shooting confirmed? Not just rapid fire. Is shooting confirmed?
No, shooting is confirmed. Shooting is definitely confirmed. There may be further dilution because shooting has been able to provide you, the
The
mixed
gender equality.
concept of medals are with there. And don't forget that who's the boss of LA 2028, Campariani.
But from what I was last told, shooting also was not confirmed for LA. If you're saying confirmed, God's grace, because shooting was in that limbo zone
No,
for LA 28.
no. Shooting has been in a phase of dilution. If you go back to 20 years, Athens 2004, the event in which Rathore won silver,
That's gone. No, even
that's
even
gone.
Joydeeps, even Joydeeps. I
So
mean, a lot of these
so
events have
even
gone.
there
But
is a reinvention process. Shooting will not go off. Shooting went off Commonwealth Games because of other reasons costing. But Chartreux, the way they built the venues, the ranges, it was cost effective. So they can do it and even disband it. And this Chartreux range is next to, or possibly this was, I'm not allowed to shoot photos there. This is a air base of World War II. Chartreux still has an airport. It is only a transport airport. It is only for the army base, for stuff to come in. Large cargo tons come in here. This is a
See, let's
military
let's
base.
let's put this. Karan is saying shooting is there. Fingers crossed, he's right. From what I had heard, it wasn't confirmed then. I just hope Kanan's right on this one. And obviously, all of us want shooting to be there. But the point is, these federations now have to rally stronger. Like the boxing thing is completely in the limbo. And LA, from what I know, Cassie Wasserman is one guy who will look at profit. LA 28, the way the new sports came in, including cricket, the way the new sports came in, the whole idea, if you watch, the whole idea was LA 28 has to make money. So they will look at profit. They will look at sports which will generate profit, and
Yeah.
also the whole legacy sustainability issue. So we have to see what kind of things happen ahead of LA. But if shooting's there, glad for India. But boxing clearly is in the line.
Yeah, I think Kanan and Abhijit can join the Hindi show, while me and Boria, finish out with hockey, and because we haven't talked about hockey at all, and we've
Yes,
got
yes,
an
yes, yes.
important
I think
match.
Shubham ने वो भेज भी दिया है.
Yeah, important
मुझे भी
quarterfinal today
निकलना है जल्दी
against.
बॉक्सिंग के लिए. The venue is
Okay,
too hot.
so I'll just quickly add a last point before I sign out. You're talking about flag bearer for closing. There will be a male also, possibly between Neeraj and Srijesh, is what I'm hearing.
But why Neeraj? Why Neeraj now? I mean, if there is a male, it is a wrong male. Why Neeraj? What has Neeraj done in Paris? Nothing. You will not even know. You will not even know till the eighth. Why? I mean, if there is a male, and this is a point of conjecture. Shrijesh, I understand. Shrijesh, I understand that it is his last dance and all of that. But Neeraj, let Neeraj win. Let something happen. Otherwise, what has Neeraj done so far? Even the competition hasn't started. How can you name anyone flag bearer?
I have not named. I'm only telling you what
No,
I
I'm
heard.
asking. That is what I'm saying. How if India does? How does India do that? Manu Bhaker confirmed is a done deal. She's your most successful athlete in the games and will be possibly for the longest time going forward. Acceptable. But Neeraj, established reputation, no question. But what about Paris? This games is about a flag bearer who has done something here. So we mean to say that we are not going to give Lakshya a medal. So if Lakshya wins a medal, he will not be given flag bearer because Neeraj so far has done nothing. If Neeraj
So
goes and wins gold,
why Neeraj
obviously.
wasn't flag bearer for the opening ceremony based on his gold medal at the Tokyo?
Okay, can I go out? I will go back
Yes,
to the
yes.
Hindi show.
Yeah, please. So these are questions which, I mean, if a mail comes today that Neeraj is flag bearer, why? What has Neeraj done? Neeraj has not even competed here. Neeraj's qualifying is on the 6th. Neeraj's final is on the 8th. Let him win. And if Neeraj doesn't win, you mean to say Neeraj will want to be a flag bearer? Knowing Neeraj Chopra, never. Neeraj Chopra is one of the most ethical, uh, uh, fair guys you can come across in the world. He inspires this Indian team. If Lakshya Sen goes and wins a medal, you mean to say Lakshya Sen won't get the chance to be a flag bearer? Why? Why? I mean, these things that we decide, the Olympic Games is still 7 days to go. Why are you deciding on flag bearer now? Who has asked you to decide on a flag bearer now? You mean to say if Vinesh Fogart or Ritika Huda or Antim Pangal wins gold, you would not rethink that? Manu Bhaker, I can understand two medals. So okay, the woman is done. But if some man, you still have enormous amount of competitors out there. You are deciding a flag bearer. Chalo yaar.
No, I think I was surprised Neeraj wasn't the opening ceremony flag bearer.
That is because did not want to come here and disrupt his training schedule, and that is acceptable.
Yep,
That is
Makes
totally
sense.
acceptable.
Yeah,
yep. But
because
you always want. I mean, I'm sure he'll get the. Everyone wants, and then
I mean, just think about it. Just think about it. Firstly, this closing ceremony flag bearer is not the same as the opening
yeah.
ceremony flag bearer. Okay, let's put that on record. Closing ceremony flag bearer is just one of those things, not the same as opening ceremony. Suppose Meera Chanu wins a medal on the 7th. Two medals, Tokyo silver, and if she wins another one here. Why do you want to get Manu Bhaker back? Let her go back. Her event is finished. Let her go back, take some rest. Let her go back and do whatever. Why do you want to get Manu Bhaker back? Why can't you give it to Meera Chand? Give it
Completely
to
agree.
Meera Chand. What's
It's
the
better
problem?
to have her here only. Why to, you
Meera's
know,
event is on the 7th, 3 days.
yeah.
So the 8, 9, 10 finished, 11th is the closing. Doesn't it make sense? Why do you want to get Manu Bhaker back? For what? To show off? I don't get these things. I just don't get these things. And by the way, somebody is saying you're questioning fans. Of course, I will question fans. I will question anyone who I think is wrong. You can question me. If the fans troll an athlete like they did for Deepika Kumari, she shut them up. She literally, quarterfinals with that Korean archer 4-2 up was one of her best efforts in Paris yesterday. Nishan Dev gave it his all. You question Nishan Dev, you question Deepika Kumari, you question them. No. So if and there were some fans who were writing nonsense. क्या चार Olympics घर जाकर ये करो वो करो nonsense. Of course, I will question fans. I will question anyone I think I need to question for sport. That's what my job is. You want to question me, you're welcome. And I don't care. I will
Yeah.
do my job to the best of my ability.
And now, hockey quarterfinals, India versus Great Britain. Abhijit Boria, how are you looking at this match? There was someone in the comments saying, "Hope we don't get too overconfident because we won against Australia." But what do you think are the chances against Great Britain?
India's favorite. We should defeat them with this form easily. I mean, not going to be easy, but we should defeat them.
Not easily, not easily. Britain has been in sensational red hot form in the last 1 year. Abhijit, check the records. Britain has been in top notch form. We have not lost to them in the Pro League. We have not been able to win against them in the Pro League. So nah, absolutely not that it will be an easy game or anything like that. Having said that, I am not at all saying that India will not win. Britain is as difficult a team as anybody in this competition, as difficult a team against anyone. So, as difficult as Germany, as difficult as Netherlands, India will have to be at the top of their powers. India also has a team that is strong. And by the way, no complacency. Shrijesh at the end of the match against Australia told us that it's a new tournament now. Knockouts are a new tournament. Fingers crossed for India. Any team in the quarterfinal of the Olympic Games will be tough. This is the Olympic Games. So we will see what happens, but it will not be an easy game for either Britain or India.
I was looking back on those interviews that we did in Bangalore, and the way that they were talking about the Olympic preparations, the hockey players, Craig Fulton saying, and Manpreet and Shrijesh and Hardik as well, all saying that they're going to take every match as one separate match, and uh, Shrijesh is always very, what do you call it, focused on, not letting the past be it good or bad, make the future, because he thinks he's very set on taking one match at a time, and that's what Craig Fulton said as well. But we're seeing this Indian hockey team that looks like a very confident hockey team, and all the players are working very hard. They look very confident. But Boria, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about the conversations that you had in Bangalore, and what sort of insiders or insight did you get into their mindset ahead of the Olympics?
Why only Bangalore? Here as well. I mean, the team is focused. Let's put it this way: even if they go on to lose, that doesn't shake the focus of the team. I can confirm to you that they are absolutely determined to give it their last iota to make sure that they qualify. So the whole team, the point is, this team is different. This is not the team that played Britain in the Pro League. No, this is not the team that has played Britain outside of. In Tokyo, also we beat them 3-1. Hardik's last goal. There was a rebound and he ran in and hit that beautiful goal. Shrijesh was superb in that match also. I was in the stadium and stands. This is a one-off. The quarter-final is a one-off. It has nothing to do with past or future. The Indians are focused. The captain is super focused. Of course, Australia will give them that understanding that you can beat anybody. Shrijesh is an inspirational leader in that side despite not being captain. I give India a 50% chance. It's a 50-50 contest.
And final question before we close the show. Something that we're all wondering, but Priyanshu is asking here: why is Srijesh retiring? He is still playing at his best.
I told him this. I told him this the other day. I said, "What is the problem?" He was laughing. Why? What makes you retire? I mean, he's if somebody can stop those against Australia, including the last one, boss. What is the point? I mean, remember Gargi? He told us that he tells the goalkeepers that you have to get better than me to push me out of the
Yes, I
team.
was just
You
about
remember
to
that
bring
story?
this up. Yes. He said, "Come and replace me, then I will retire." I don't think we have a successor for PR Srijesh as good as him, do we?
I mean, Kishan, yeah, Kishan Pathak, yes. I mean, we've got players, but Shri is in a different level. And look at the consistency
Exactly.
over 2 decades. That's a different level. Rohan's leaving for
Hockey.
hockey. So there you go. Our first reporter of the day leaving for
Fi
hockey.
Thoughts on hockey? Come on, give us 30
Bol ke jao.
seconds.
Should be a good match. Great Britain, we can beat Great Britain the way we played against Belgium and especially Australia. That historic match. We should be good today. And
And by the way, let's put this on record. We are not changing reporters. So I was there for Lakshya's badminton against Chuti and Chen, so I will do badminton. Rohan was there for Australia, so Rohan is doing this one,
hockey.
hockey. Abhijit will go to boxing. There's Abhijit. Abhijit will go to boxing because we are not changing reporters. We've got to. That's why I did not bring Kanan back from shooting. Let Kanan be there because so we have kept it like that. We really want some medals, boss. We don't want fourth place. We don't want refereeing going against us. We don't want judges going against us. We don't want that anymore. Today has to be a decent day for India.
I'll come to badminton as well.
Okay, you
And
come to
from there, I'll go
badminton.
to tennis. Alcaraz and
Abhijit is
Djokovic.
going for the Djokovic Alcaraz match, by the way.
Great. And I'm wearing my India jersey to
Yes,
support
you are. Yes, you are.
India
And yes,
badminton.
take care, Rohan. Make sure.
So I think that brings us to the end of this show. Unless you have something to say, Boria. Final
No,
thoughts?
no, no. Just too nervous today, actually.
Yeah. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining, for all the comments, and for interacting with us. Keep supporting us like this. And don't